to Intuitive 717. I am back with another video. Sorry I took a little break there, guys. My little guy enjoyed his March break, and I took as much time to spend with him and enjoy certain experiences. And now that restrictions are lifting here in Canada, it just feels so good to be out and about. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the shifts and changes wherever you are. There has been so many messages I've been receiving. I've just been observing, to be quite honest with you guys, because the reason I've been observing is because the divine masculines are watching the feminines. I feel intuitively that karmic relationships, situations, connections, like whatever the case is, if it's karmic and there's no real passion or desire to be there, it's more they're in a constant state of like, how do I get out of this? That's karmic situations, okay? So I feel like many of the masculines are waking up and starting to recognize certain patterns that are happening, especially in karmic situations. And I picked up a lot on it having to do with keeping up a lifestyle, or like, I don't know, like it's almost like having to prove to the outside world like this image of you. And I feel like a lot of the divine feminines are really smiling and kicking their feet up because many of you have escaped that paradigm or that reality. Okay, so you guys have really ascended and you've elevated your consciousness to the point where many of you don't care to prove anything to anyone. You're just more concerned with living your life authentically. So I see a lot of divine feminines in the last little while, like many of you have gone within. Sorry I sound a little congested, guys. I feel a little tickly in my nose. Okay, sorry. So I feel like many of the divine feminines, because you've gone within, you've tapped into your desires a lot, okay? And I have the erotic fantasy here. Speaking of desires, what's the divine feminine going through right now? What's she experiencing that's bringing about this energy? Okay, so we have the Five of Cups. Okay, so a lot of you might have seen your masculines get involved in karmic situations, and I feel like a lot of the divine feminines were like, you know what, I've seen this coming. It's all good. I've seen it coming. And that's the shift that a lot of you are going through. It's like maybe you and I see dolphins on here too, so it's definitely like a twin flame connection. Dolphins are very intelligent animals. They often, I think, are probably one of the only types of animals that have sex for pleasure. What I get is like heightened intuition between you two. So what I feel is, what I'm getting is like a divine masculine that thought that this was taking too long to come together, divine feminine, and they might have dabbled or slipped up and returned back to karmic situations. And although they didn't want you to know what was going on, it didn't stop these karmic partners from airing their shit out. And that's like using like social media as a tool to kind of get reactions or get attention. But I feel like with the Five of Cups here, like this is a divine feminine who, you know, you guys are enjoying the show. In Trinidad, we have this saying, which is like, you know, somebody making a poppy show out of you. And I feel like many masculines are starting to realize that it's the karmic connections that they're involved with that make it seem like they're being toyed with or played with for some type of agenda, and it's not really like your counterpart's authentic self. And I think that many of the divine feminines, you felt this heartbreak, but at the same time, like, I'm also getting, what's at the top of the deck here? We have the Nine of Pentacles. Many of you were able to walk away from this because of an abundance in connection to the universe, okay? Because a Pentacles doesn't always have to mean money. I'm feeling like a lot of these divine feminines, you've been abundantly blessed by having like protection around you. You guys remember how I kept talking about birds sending you messages, and realizing that your connection to maybe like birds or squirrels or just like wildlife in general, maybe many of you have, I don't know, like you have this like renewed passion or a new passion period to go like hiking or to be near wildlife or fresh air or the mountains or fresh running water and things like that. Like it makes you feel really abundant and creative. And I think that's what you guys did to combat that Five of Cups energy. Okay, so this might have been a masculine and a karmic partner too that wanted to get some type of reaction out of you. Divine Feminine maybe wanted to like disrupt your world in a way, have you kick your own cups down. But I feel like with the 2 cups behind her here in this card, it lets me know that this is a Divine Feminine who doesn't run from her emotions. I feel like even though you might have experienced heartbreak in the connection or you might have felt provoked, because of the way you chose to handle it, which was to just disconnect from the physical world and connect with just otherworldly beings, and that might again been through like animals. That's why this Pentacles energy is coming through. Pentacles is like earth energy. If you're earth sign feminine, that might particularly resonate as well, because that might be somewhat of a superpower of yours, where in order to get past this type of energy where people really try to like fuck with you with your emotions, Divine Feminine, like try to play mind games with you, the karmics might know like about this connection. They want to kind of rub it in your face, like it's like, oh, they're with me, but it's like, I think that like even if they are, the energy that you embody is like, you know, as long as my counterpart is happy, I'm happy, because I know how to take care of myself. That's what I'm getting with that 9 energy. Okay, so I feel like, so we have the 10 of Cups. This card tells me that many of your Divine Masculines are thinking about you right now, thinking about making love to you. Just even with the children in the background there, having like a happy home life with you. You guys might be making babies after babies after babies type of thing. Where it's just really passionate in your relationship. I feel like this is what your Divine Masculine is realizing, that when he made this call here to go back to karmic situations, like he ended up seeing just how much he really doesn't have this energy with the karmic partner. He fantasizes a lot about this woman who it kind of seems like she walked away. Yeah, there it is again. Like he wants to come towards you, and they're willing to go on this emotional type of journey where they're reflecting, because we got the King of Swords here. That's crazy. Okay, so what I'm feeling here with the King of Swords mixed in with these cards here is that, so the 6 of Swords means that no matter what has gotten in the way of you guys connecting, like it's not strong enough is what I'm getting. Like I feel like someone will always come in, whether it's like your intuition, your spirit guides, your ancestors, to remind you guys of this love, and it'll always keep pushing you in the direction that you need to go in. Like maybe this Divine Masculine, when he goes around like water, like to the beach, when he's in warm places, I don't know, like when he's near water for some reason, he thinks about his Divine Feminine, and not only thinks about her like passionately sexually, but it's like they want like a home life with you. They're craving at this point. And you know, this may not resonate for everyone, but if you have a masculine out there who like maybe doesn't have kids, or they have kids and they might just think about what it's like to have kids with you, to be married to you, to do the whole like, you know, be in a home together, raise kids, like play in the backyard with your dogs, like stuff like that. Like I feel like for many of your masculines, for a long time, they convinced themselves in some way that lifestyle wasn't for them, and then they met you and you were just so abundant, Divine Feminine. It makes them want to rise to the occasion. And the King of Swords is coming through here because many of you may not know at this time, but it's like the karmic partners are triggering your masculines in a way where they're starting to realize what they need to cut out of their lives. And I feel like the more the karmic partner tries to put up an image or put up a show, the more your masculine is kind of cutting through that smoke and mirrors, and they're kind of seeing the karmic partners for who they are at this time. Like, they might notice that they're more in, they're like, okay, let's say they take a trip together, right? The karmic partner is usually more interested in taking pictures and uploading pictures to social media than they are interested in just kind of spending time with your counterpart, for example. And these are kind of things that they maybe never seen before, but they're starting to pick up on it, because I feel like they know that if they were with their divine feminine on vacation, like, I think that, I don't even know if phones would be allowed on the trip, to be honest with you guys. You know, never mind posting while you're on vacation. You know, I feel like this divine masculine intuitively knows that it's like there's no way they'd have time for superficial shit like that with the feminines around, because this is like kind of what they would be doing if they were on vacation. Like, remember the last reading I shared, how the feminine knows how to appeal to the divine masculine's senses in more ways than one? I feel like it comes so naturally to the divine feminine. Okay, what do your masculines want you to know? So I told the karmic about you. Even if they didn't directly tell the karmic about you, and this is just a message I'm getting, is that they're telling the karmic about you with their behavior without realizing it. Okay, so your masculines or your feminines, however the energy unfolds for you at this time, you know, what I'm picking up on is that your counterpart may not know or even realize that they have certain, like, knacks about them where, like, they want to be near you somehow. Like, they might want to visit the same places you would visit. They might want to, you know, try to go to places where they could possibly run into you. And what I'm seeing is like your counterpart kind of doing this subconsciously, but the karmic partner sees right through it. So, like, even if they didn't physically tell the karmic partner about you, what I'm getting is that many of your counterparts, and I'm picking up strongly here on divine masculine, the karmic, they tell the karmic about you based on their behavior. And I feel like a lot of video titles right now are popping up in my head that I've posted, specifically where I talked about the divine feminine always being in the masculine search history. You know, that's telling the karmic about you. You know, it's like this pattern of this one person over the course of a period of time keeps coming up. And I feel like the passion for you is starting to leak into this connection that the karmic and the divine masculine have at this time. Okay, so I feel so much better after we talk. You know, for me, this talks about, you know, persevering towards communication. They're heavily thinking about coming towards you to let you know that they can't stop thinking about this 10 of Cups energy with you. It's the only thing that really makes them feel complete and fulfilled. What do you need to know at this time that's going on with your masculine that's maybe preventing him from coming forward, divine feminine? Okay, so manifestation. Okay, so because I said preventing, it could be that, you know, he needs to spend more time manifesting positive thoughts rather than thinking the worst. Taking accountability, taking ownership for some of the questions that you might have, divine feminine, because they've been absent or silent for a while. I feel that many of them are starting to see that they're going to have to maybe face some of those tough questions, but they need to manifest that outcome and continue to, you know, advance towards the divine feminine no matter what the connection brings, even if you guys have uncomfortable conversations. Because I feel so much better after we talk. It tells me that many of your masculines are wanting to initiate communication right now. You know, but they can't get there or get the courage if they're going to manifest you not messaging back, not answering, getting into an argument, getting into conflict, you asking something about their karmic situation that they're not ready to answer. They get tempted to ghosted. You get tempted to ghosted. There's a lot on the plate in terms of just kind of what they might feel nervous about sometimes. Okay, but I have the Tarot of Sexual Magic here. At the end of the day, this is what I feel like there is to say about this connection between you two. You're your masculine's dream come true. And I feel like the reason you pour into your counterpart so well is because you know how to pour into yourself. You know how to be at the center of yourself. You know how to take care of yourself, reward yourself, draw boundaries for yourself. And that's why you're able to pour into, this masculine that you yourself desire so much. I feel like there's a strong message here coming through that, like, you have no idea how much your divine masculine desires you and wants you, divine feminine. Like, tower moments one after the next is coming up for a lot of them. They don't want to know that you're spending time with anybody else. And that's part of this manifestation card here, is thinking the worst. Thinking that they're going to message you and all of a sudden you're going to say, can we just be friends right now? Like, I have a lot on my plate. They're going to know and read in between the lines. When you say that you have a lot on the plate, they're going to read between the lines and they're going to know what that means. And I don't know if a lot of them feel like they can handle that right now, right? Because we have the Eight of Pentacles as well, which is like they want to make an offer. They feel really sexual towards you. I feel like when you're off just minding your own business, sipping the tea, sipping the coffee, whatever you guys most resonate with, they find you most attractive when you get into that space of just knowing you're the star of the show, divine feminine. Like, I feel like many of you know at this point that it's like your masculines want you, and that's because a lot of you have gone through this type of transformation where it's like you're calling on their emperor energy within them. It's almost like this sexual creative drive to be the best version of yourself, and it's only this one person that tends to trigger it, and that's you, divine feminine or masculine, again, depending on the energy. Whoever is listening to this reading right now, that's basically what you bring to the table, is like you invite transformation in to this person's life, and it's attractive. Like it draws them in like a magnet. It's like it's not only their physical self that's attracted to you, it's their soul is attracted to your soul, because it's like hitting the jackpot in terms of soul growth. Okay, and that's what the twin flame experience is really all about. You just, when you meet them, you know that's the best path. All right, guys, I love you. Take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.